Right, good evening everyone. Welcome to this meeting of the Joint Transportation Board. For the benefit of those who are watching on our YouTube channel, members of the board are present in the chamber and these members will be voting on proposals this evening. Other members of the council present either in the chamber or participating online via MS Teams and can take part in any discussions, ask questions but cannot vote. Your attention is drawn to agenda item 1, which sets out the guidance on how meetings will be conducted. Before we start with the formal business, we just do a sound check and confirm attendance of voting members by doing a roll call. Gloria, please.
Councillor Mack.
Yeah.
Councillor Cannon.
Present.
Councillor Cope. Present. Councillor Crisp is
online.
Councillor Davis.
Present.
Councillor Hoskins. Councillor Thornywell. Apologies been received from County Councillor Dean. County
Present.
Councillor Hudson.
Present.
County Councillor Kennedy. Not in line. Councillor Rayner. County Councillor Rayner.
Present.
County Councillor Sean.
Present.
County Councillor Steptoe.
Present.
Apologies been received from Wendy. Sorry. Wendy Parker. And then Sue Butterfield.
Okay. Thank you. And then if officers in the chamber could also confirm their title and presence, please.
Good evening, board. Andy Edwards, Head of Technical Services.
Good evening, Andy Bracey, Parking Manager for Tunbridge.
Thank you. And then officers online. Andy, did you want to introduce yourself as well? Thank you.
Good evening, Chair. Andy Watson, KCC Highways.
I think you might have been on mute there, Andy.
Good evening, Chair. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
On you, sorry.
Can you hear me?
Perhaps come back to Andy later for the, yeah. Okay, moving on to item 2, appointment of chair. To note my recent appointment as chair of the Joint Transportation Board, obviously stepping in because Martin has had an accident, and I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing him, getting better as soon as possible, and then he can return. Okay, agenda item 3 then. Apologies for absence. I think we've covered this a bit, but.
I should have been received from County Councillor Dean and so.
Thank you very much. And then moving on to agenda item 4, notification of substitute members. Thank you. Agenda item 5, declarations of interest. No, thank you. Item 6, minutes. So can I take it that the record of the meeting held on the 16th of June are confirmed as correct? I wasn't there, so I'll have to take your word for it, but thank you very much. Okay, and then agenda item 7, parking update report, and I'll pass to Andy Edwards for that. Andy?
Thank you, Chair. This report is an information report. It provides members with a general parking update, setting out our progress to date, along with the current work programmes. In particular, I'd like to draw your attention to phase 15. We are due to be moving to formal consultation in the spring, early next year. We also provide updates on our parking reviews. So Hildenborough Parking Review is due to be implemented imminently, in the new year, once the traffic regulation order is sealed. Hadlow parking review, we're due to move to the formal consultation early next year. And lastly, Snodland has been held long in abeyance, but will move forwards once capacity allows the other work program. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Andy. I could see Mark, I think you had your hands up first. Mark Rhodes online.
Chairman, thank you. Welcome to your seat. I hope you have a fine time there. I'm not a member of Joint Transportation Board. All I
Can't
wanted
hear you,
to
Mark,
say.
I'm afraid.
Oh, my
Mm,
microphone is on.
yeah,
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
perhaps an
Testing,
audio problem
testing.
with people online.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me, Luke?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mark. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello, Chamber.
Sorry, it's
Hello,
technical
Chamber.
difficulties at the moment.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can someone online talk?
Ah, yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Ooh, excellent.
I don't think the Chamber can hear us though, can it? Perhaps Sarah could wave.
No, still
If
can't
you
hear that, I'm
knew.
afraid. Sorry about this.
Can you wave, Sarah?
Sarah, Hudson or Barker?
Oh, Sarah Hudson, I meant.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Luke, could
Sarah.
you try and say something else again, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello, Chamber. Hello, Chamber. Can you hear us now, Chamber? Can you hear us now, Chamber? Can you hear us, Chamber?
All right, might get some feedback. Do I try?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, but we need to sort out a feedback issue now. Bear with us.
Okay, sorry. Mute, yeah. Right, sorry about that, everyone.
Can you hear us now?
How's that? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to people on the laptop on the YouTube stream, so they will be able to contribute, and it will just have to be a bit of turning mute on and off to avoid the feedback loop. So I'm sorry about all of this. So I think where we were was that Mark Rhodes had asked to speak first, and I think it was Harry Rayner, and then on to Luke Chapman after that, if that sounds okay.
Chairman, take two. Right. Welcome to the hot seat, Adam. Hope you have a fine time there. I'm not a member of Joint Transportation. I'd just like to thank Andy Bracey and team and acknowledge for all the work that went in over the past months, and it has been months, into the Hildenborough parking plan. Residents felt most was not needed via the consultation. However, the 3 remaining pieces of highway markings are really welcome, and we look forward to their implementation. And once again, thanks, Andy, for all the work that went into that.
Thank you very much, Mark. Did everyone hear that? He thanked Andy Bracey for his hard work on the Hildenborough parking review. Okay, and then Harry, I think you were next.
Chairman, just to check with you, we're on agenda item 7, yes? Yeah, okay, fine. I thought as much, but given the problems with the IT, I thought I'd just check it. So looking at page 22, paragraph 5 and 5.1, 5.2, it makes reference there to ParkMap uses a map-based system to record proposals along with the traffic regulations that are in place. It then goes on to say, in time, this should make things easier in terms of processing changes. But at this point, the parking service is still working through transferring proposals. My question to you is, firstly, I take it that's the Tunbridge and Malling parking service. And do you have any information, for example, Sevenoaks, as to what the situation is with other tier 2 authorities and the use of this?
Okay, thank you, Harry. I'll take that one. ParkMap is a process of a piece of software that allows you to record traffic order information on a map-based system. It produces the plans that can be used for consultations. It is very useful at making sure that everything follows a particular sequence, and it's quite prescribed in how it does that. The processes that all of the local authorities in Kent have been going through has been to innovate from where they were doing their own manual versions of traffic order, use ParkMap. That's involved a significant amount of survey work that KCC undertook, and liaison with the districts and boroughs, take that information, put it into ParkMap so that there is a library of information. Where we are at the moment is that we're now using ParkMap. We're still getting to use it because best graphics package and drawing restrictions, but it is a very good record keeping service. Where we are at the moment is that we're double handling the information, that where we've done consultation, for instance, on phase 15 of the parking action plan, which we're discussing item 6 on this. We had done the consultation with plans produced in an alternative method, with the traffic orders produced in an alternative method, and to change things to ParkMap, we have to redraft everything, put those changes. We don't have to reinvent all the restrictions that were pre-existing, but we do have to redraft everything that is part of the new. Moving onward, it should be something that would be easier process, because we wouldn't be caught between the two systems where we are. So once we've got past these issues and have some more familiarity with the system, we should be able to work with that effectively. Sorry, in case people didn't hear that one from Councillor Rayner, it was when are we going to be moving onwards with that? We actually are now. From April the 1st, we've been using ArcMap, but we have to novate the information from consultations that were carried out before then into the new system. Any new restrictions we're proposing now will be done on the ArcMap, but it's information that was pre-existing, had already been drafted, needs to be translated, for want of a better word, into the new.
Thank you. Luke, please.
Yeah, thank you, Chair, and welcome to your first meeting. I'm not a member of your committee, so thank you for allowing me to speak. This is in regards to the Snodland parking review. Councillor Subel and I represent a proud and welcoming community, home to generations both young and old. We enjoy a rich blend of cultures and remarkable local history. Many of our families are facing real challenges, and we stand ready to support them. The Chancellor's recent measures have already driven up the cost of living, taxing every penny people earn. The hard-working people of Snodland, whom Sue and I are proud to call friends and neighbours, do not need yet another burden placed upon them. After COVID, parking in the town has naturally returned to normal. After speaking with residents, it is clear there is no need for this parking review to continue and disturb that balance.
Thank you very much, Luke. If that was the end of your contribution, I think see Michelle Tatton first, and then.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I'm not a member of your board, so thank you for allowing me to speak. I had an email earlier from Andy Bracey about the Rocks Road parking, which is on page 27. And I sent back a map with some markings on it, which hopefully made sense to Andy. I just wondered whether he'd had a chance to look at that and what the proposal was for what would be taken forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tatton. Yes, I have your plan. I'm waving the very thing here. I need to have a look at it in some detail. It is a revision of the plan that is included within. It's not included within these. It's a revision of the plan that I've circulated to the local members for their confirmation that this is what the intention was. You've suggested that the areas of uncontrolled parking could be made larger to allow for more ad hoc parking. I think that would be very difficult to do on the Rocks Road at the location shown because the road width and the visibility issues from the driveways would preclude that. Also, there is a pedestrian gate to properties on the south side of the road, and one of the areas that was marked for consideration for parking would be right in front of that gate, which would cause some problems. I'm quite happy to discuss this outside of the meeting and go through the details with you if that assists.
Thank you, Andy. Okay, thank you very much, Andy. And if you'd like to pick up the comments from Luke as well, Councillor Thornywell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Obviously, I agree with Luke in the same way as I was against parking charges in Larkfield. I'm against them in Snodland. as well. But the question led me to ask, in the list of things you're doing, we were promised a review of the Martin Square car parking charges after they've been in place for a year. Where does that sit in the timetable, please?
Thank you, Chair. So in terms of the charges came into place in May last year, 12 months after, this year. So it would be up for consideration in May of next year. It's not an automatic review. It's if required. So we would base it on any feedback that we receive from businesses or residents or those nearby.
Just to add, so you know, the MP thinks he was promised a review after 12 months in correspondence.
Okay, yeah, perhaps it can be noted. Is there anyone else who wants to speak to this, Mark?
Thank you very much, Chair. I'd just like to concur with Councillor Thornywell that there was a meeting last year. I could see Councillor Hoskins nodding her head in anticipation. Where the leader of the council did indeed promise a review of the parking charges after, and so they were expecting that. The understanding was that we would have a look at this after a year because there were changes that the Green Group wanted to propose for the Sunday charging, and we wanted to also propose that there would be a couple of days free parking in the run up to Christmas.
Thank you, Chair. Councillor Hood, you're absolutely correct. So when the charges went into Tunbridge, the leader absolutely did say that we would be looking at reviewing that in terms of the impact of on street, changing the restrictions to reflect the fact that we had charging on Sunday, which one of the things that you raised. So we would very much do that within 12 months once the new parking patterns are established. So again, we will need to pick that up after 12 months. I'd have to, when we put the sorry, August 24. So we are due imminently to start looking at that now. And again, I know that you've been in correspondence with both myself and Andy Bracey about some of the unforeseen circumstances that happened following those charges. So those will absolutely come forwards. As for the Martin Square, that was not part of that conversation, but again, if we need to, we will do.
Thanks, Andy. Harry, do you want to come back?
Thank you, Chairman. Just to check something procedurally with you, is it your intention, having got to page sort of 24 at some stage, to actually work through the pages in the normal course, or are you planning? Otherwise, there's a number of issues there that I'd like to speak to, but and I will call them off to you if need be, or alternatively, you can work through the pages, whichever way is. I will work in accordingly.
Thank you. I think I was probably intending for members just to raise any points with the agenda item as a whole, rather than go through it sort of page by page. So if there's anything else you want to add, then please do.
Well, Chairman, in that case, I'll go ahead as follows. On page 25, to support the recommendation, no further action is recommended. That is to say, no.
Sorry, if I may, the locations in Annex 1 have already been through the board to this stage, and they went through the board in July meeting, and so they're there as confirmational time.
Then no problem. If they're on the agenda, I'm going to raise them. But if they're here for record only, then I'll take it no further.
It is an information.
Yeah, it is an information item. Okay, did anyone else want to speak to that agenda item? No. Okay, thank you very much. We can take that as noted then. Moving on then, agenda item 8, Andy, and we'll have to put you through the YouTube channel.
Good evening, Chairman, members of the board. Can you hear me? I take it and nod is yes. Okay. Yeah, good evening all. The Highway Works Programme is an information paper. As the agenda comes out, the question is asked. If you want to raise any questions on the night, please provide that information to me in advance so I'm able to answer it for the purpose of the meeting. If you have any questions, I'll do my very best. I didn't receive any questions in prior to this meeting, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them as best as I can. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Andy. Paul?
Thanks, Chair. It's just on page 61. There's some footway protection works in Tunbridge. I'd just like to have a rough idea what they would entail, please.
Okay, no problem, Councillor Steptoe. So the preservation works is basically it's called slurry seal. So it's where we apply a thin bitumen layer anywhere from between 6 and 8 mil in depth, and it's like a screed that goes over the top. In doing so, the process is very much we write to local residents. We request that any overhanging vegetation is cut back in preparation. We then prep the site with masking around ironwork and the curb edges, and then we brush lay a screed bitumen surface over the top of the existing surface. It will then add longevity to the asset, and and add good future maintenance to the footway surface. So I hope that answers it for you.
Yep, that's fine. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Andy. Any other observations or comments on this agenda item? Harry, please.
So this is page 66, Appendix C, first one on the agenda, Ruton Road, Borough Green. This is an unusual one. My question to KCC officers is, has this lamp standard been effectively abandoned? And if so, is it intended to amend Kent County Council's asset register accordingly? Thank you.
Harry, could you give me the
Andy to come back to this board with? But Andy, is there anything you want to say at this stage on that one?
Yeah, of course. I will have to come back to Harry on that and come back to the board. But Harry, can I just take that reference number of the lighting asset, please?
Yes, happy to do so. It is, I'll call it out on the international phonetic alphabet. It's Juliet Whiskey Charlie Papa 013. Juliet Whiskey Charlie Papa 013.
Received. Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, perhaps if you could bring that one back to the next board, that'd be great. Any other comments from anyone on this agenda item? Mark?
We've got an unusual one that doesn't seem to be listed here in the middle of Tunbridge Town Centre. We've got quite a large, well, we did have quite a large, very ornate light fitting next to the water gate, but it's had to be taken away apparently. And they've had to split the column in half in order to reassemble it. And so that's why we've got quite an unsightly taped up base there. I believe that's in.
Okay, thank you. Don't know if there was anything you want to add to that, Andy.
Yeah, Councillor Hood, could I have a rough location for that? You said the High Street.
Yeah, I believe Sue Kinsella's kind of sent it away. They've had to split the column in half in order to reassemble it. But I think it's quite one of those things that takes quite a long time to get it sorted.
Okay. I take it you're in conversations with Sue herself then, so I'll get an update from Sue.
Good. All right. Well, thank you for that. Anything else from anyone? No. All right. I think we can take that agenda item as noted as well. And then moving on to item 9, any other business? Don't think there is any other business. Agenda item 10, urgent items. Don't think there are any urgent items. And that means at 8 o'clock on the dot, the meeting is finished. Thank you, everyone.
And we don't have a forward works plan for this board. So how do we get things added to the